Today's tech spot, we'll be having a look at the Logitech t400 Zone Touch Mouse. As Spot begins to shop around again for a new mouse, Spot's old mouse has seen the day. Unfortunately, it's seen at the end of its life. Spot's always had good experiences with Logitech. Decided to give this a try. The T400 Zone Touch Mouse. It's designed for Windows 8 and Windows RT. It has a zone touch for horizontal and vertical scrolling, a comfortable rubber grip, and an 18-month battery life. On the back of the package, a glass touch zone for smooth scrolling, dedicated button for quick access to Windows 8 start screen, familiar left, right, and middle buttons, and comfortable shape wrapped in rubber for better handling. Obviously, the big problem with buying a mouse too is you want to make sure you get something comfortable enough. The worst case you can get is a really uncomfortable mouse, especially for something if you're going to be using it in front of your office desk for long periods of time. If you have an 8-hour job and you've got a mouse that you're going to be using for those 8 hours, you need something that's going to be comfortable. Having said that, Spot's going to take a break. I'm going to get this opened up, and when we come back, we are going to have a better look at the Logitech T400 Zone Touch Mouse. There's definitely more to come, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Included with the Zone Touch Mouse T400, you get yourself a Logitech important information pamphlet containing your safety, regulatory, and warranty included with the mouse itself. Also included, you get yourself a Logitech Zone Touch Mouse T400 setup guide showing you how to install and run your Logitech mouse. The instructions for installing the drivers are extremely easy. All you're going to do is take the supplied USB adapter that is included with the mouse, plug it into a USB port on your PC, laptop, or any device that requires the additional mouse, plug it in, and then immediately turn it on from the underside. As soon as you turn it on, it will install and run the drivers needed to operate the mouse. Installation, at least on my PC, took approximately 5 minutes to install the driver, and then after that the mouse was immediately working. The batteries are located on the underside of the mouse. You just slide the compartment off, pop it off, and it takes 2 AA batteries. I much more prefer AA batteries as opposed to AAA batteries because AA's I always find more readily available. There is also a secondary port to house the adapter, so if you are taking it on the go or for any reason whatsoever you're not currently using the mouse, a good simple place to house the adapter when you're not using it, so you're luckily not going to lose this adapter at all. Putting this on, the mouse itself I think was applied more so for a Windows 8 application, being the functionality of some of the buttons on here, but I found running it on my Windows 7, which is what I'm using on my PC right now, I have absolutely no problem, and in fact made things much easier to use. One thing that I have to bring to attention, and probably something you're going to instantly notice with this particular mouse, is the low profile of the mouse itself. By comparison, I'm just going to bring in the other mouse that I originally was using, and it has no longer any life in it. It has it has coughed out. But you will notice the difference between a standard mouse and the Logitech T400 mouse. It's a much more lower profile, and where the surface of this mouse was a much glosser finish, I found having the satin finish on the top of the Logitech mouse actually made for a much more easier to use experience. It had just enough traction to it that my fingers weren't slipping and sliding off of the mouse itself. Something else I noticed immediately was how comfortable this mouse was, being that it has the rubber bumper around the side of the mouse. It's textured too, that it actually makes for a very comfortable to use surface. I was a little apprehensive as to the fact that because it was such a low profile mouse, I was worried that using it on a mouse pad, I would find some sort of a hindrance to the fact that it's so low to the ground. But actually, I found quite the contrary. The mouse itself, for how low profile it is, it makes for actually moving it quite a bit easier. And having the rubber grips on the side, again, means that I'm getting a really firm fitted grip to the mouse. You still get your left, your right click buttons on the either end of the mouse. And one thing that's actually omitting that you probably will be looking at immediately, wondering where it's gone, is the trackball. Now, my other mouse here has the standard mouse trackball for scrolling up and down on websites. Of course, then you've got your clicking button as well that will allow you to zoom and focus in on sections. This particular mouse, the T400, doesn't have that. Instead, what it actually has is a touch-sensitive section for your finger. So instead of using a trackball, you're actually just going to glide your finger up and down this surface, allowing you to scroll up and down websites. That same functionality can work left to right as well if you need to be scrolling across websites. And then if you have the secondary button down below that you can click, that will bring up, in this case when I was using it on Windows 7, when I was on my desktop, it was opening up my taskbar that was able to access information and other programs I was using on the PC at the time. It is an extremely easy to use mouse, and again, I was worried that it was going to be because it was a low profile, that it was going to give me a hassle, but in fact, it's made things a lot easier than I was expecting. Spot, again, was looking for a new mouse to pick up, and this has actually quickly become one of the more comfortable mice that I've actually used with my PC. So I'm very happy to have picked it up. If you are looking to pick yourself up some, certainly one of the Logitech mice as well. Obviously very easy to come by. Any place that sells mice and other peripherals for your PCs, you will be able to find the Logitech Touch Mouse T400 as well. A very comfortable, very low profile mouse, certainly a very easy to use mouse indeed. Today's Tech Spot, we're having a look at the Logitech Zone Touch Mouse T400. Certainly thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Spot's got more tech spots heading your way. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.